Florida, near the Villages, and welcome to this week's YouTube Live. If you're new here, I go live every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'd love for you to join us. If you sign up for my email list, I send out a reminder every Monday morning with a link directly to the video. So if you'd like to do that, we'd love to have you on the email list so you can get some updates, not only for my projects, but for any upcoming classes or promotions that I offer as well. I offer a lot of cool content to my email list subscribers, so don't forget to sign up for that if you haven't already. Well, guys, this is the last week for my son for 8th grade. Can you believe it, for school? I can't believe he's going to be done with middle school and going to high school next year. I'm sure I'm going to be a mess at the end of the week, but right now we're just enjoying it. He's so excited that it's the last week of school and can't wait for summer break. And then the high school out here is really nice, actually. They just built it a couple years ago and opened it up. So it's like a brand new facility, gorgeous school. He's really excited. He's trying to play all kinds of sports, and he tried out for jazz band and made that for the high school. So he's going to be doing jazz band next year. I'm sure he's going to be in a bunch of honors classes. He's super smart. He's taking a bunch of honors classes this year, and they just did their end of semester testing. And I guess depending on how well they do with that, depends on, or kind of outlays if they're going to be in advanced classes for next year. So he did really well on those. So I'm sure he's going to be in honors classes next year too. And then he's trying to try out for the football team. He wants to be in football next year, plus bowling. So he's going to be a busy kid next year. So this summer is going to be full of fun and relaxing and just chilling before that craziness starts. And down here in Central Florida, school starts in the beginning of August, like the first week of August. So he's got June and July, and then August comes and it's right back to the grind. So it's crazy. All right, as you guys are joining, please say hello. Even if you're watching the replay, please say hello, give me a little thumbs up or a heart, and leave a comment in the description if you're watching the replay. If you're watching live, please comment in the chat box. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves if you'd like. Hi, Karen. Oh, yes, I'm back on YouTube. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Mom. There was a little, so I recently switched to a different email provider, probably about a month or so ago. And I just realized not everybody has been getting all of my emails. So I merged some lists together, and now people that may not have been getting emails are getting them again. So I apologize if you're one of the people that's been missing out on the emails, but hopefully everybody's getting them now. So, I promise to try not to bombard you with emails, though. I used to send a ton of emails, and my summer resolution is to not send as many emails because I feel like I'm constantly sending emails. So you guys don't want to see all that stuff. You want to see fun stuff, right? So I will send you updates when I have classes and fun stuff coming up. But as far as the promotions and stuff, I won't do that as much as I used to. So I'll kind of relax on that a little bit because I'm sure you're seeing that everywhere, right? You don't need to see it all the time. Okay, so with that, with it being the last week of school, I do have a fun teacher appreciation gift to share for those of you that have littles or grandkids still in school and you need an idea. This is going to be a really cool idea. It's pretty easy to put together, doesn't cost a lot, and you can add in little things if you want to add more than what I put in there. I have 7 teachers to make this for, so I'm not putting a ton of stuff in mine. It's a lot. So yeah, what else happened? Oh, this week, the incentive trip achievers were in Orlando. I unfortunately didn't earn it last year, but that's okay. I live an hour from Disney, so I drove down to Orlando last week and saw some of them, saw some of my Stampin' Up friends. And since I mentioned the incentive trip, I must add that less than 1% of Stampin' Up! Demonstrators do earn it. So they work really hard and they earned it. I was close, but I didn't quite make it last year, but that's all right. But since I live an hour north of Orlando, I drove down last Thursday and saw my upline Mary Fish. We're really good friends. We've hung out on a few other trips in the past. And then Brian King, I got to spend time with him as well. So I spent time with them and their spouses. We had lunch and dinner together. We played cards, and I taught Mary Fish how to play skip bow, and she says she's never played, but she whooped my butt. We played like 4 games and she won 3 out of the 4. So I'm not convinced she's never played. She says it was beginner's luck, but. And then they actually let me into the hospitality room to kind of look around, which was really nice. So I got to take some pictures and talk to the Stampin' Up! Employees over there. I love talking to the people that work at Stampin' Up! They're so nice, and they just have such a great, like, positive attitude about everything. And they're just sweet as can be. They talk to anybody and everybody, and just like they've been your friends forever. And I just love that. So it was really fun. But yeah, so it was a great week last week. That was fun to get to see some people. I didn't get to see a lot of people because a lot of my friends were out enjoying the parks, which I figured that was going to happen. But it's definitely starting to get warm down here. It's pretty humid. I just let my dog Oscar outside a second ago, and that humidity is like punching you in the face. So I'm sure a lot of them are ready to get back home where it's not so humid. All right, so I'm going to turn the camera around. And we're going to go over a couple things, and then we'll get into today's project, okay? It's going to be a really fun one. And don't forget to share this video with your friends too, and invite them to join us to watch as well. All right. Hi, Lori from Minnesota. Welcome. All right. So this month, Stampin' Up! Has an awesome starter kit special where you can get $165 in product for only $99 plus free shipping. This is going on now through the end of May, so May 31st. I would love to have you on my team if you've ever considered being a demonstrator. It's a really cool, fun community to be a part of. We do lots of stuff on my team. We do monthly meetings where we craft together. We get to kind of talk about some things. We get sneak peeks for the upcoming catalogs and the new product before anybody else, and we get to order that stuff before anybody else does. And what is it? Next, I think in a couple weeks actually, and June 3rd, when the new online exclusives come out, which I'm sure will probably be holiday themed, June 3rd is when the demonstrators get to start pre-ordering those products. So that's a pretty cool perk. We get to do exclusive demonstrator only events. There's an event in June called Creativity Now. That's a virtual stamping event where if you register for it, you get to pre-order some products from the upcoming September through December mini catalog. Lots of cool things about being a demonstrator. You also get a 20% discount. Plus, you get Stampin' Rewards on your order before the discount total is, or before the discount is applied. So if you order $100 worth of stuff, you get 20% off for your discount. So it goes down to 80, but you earn Stampin' Rewards on that $100. So you're earning $10 in rewards instead of $8 in rewards. So that's pretty awesome. I really enjoy it. I would love to talk to you more about it if you've ever considered it. It's a no obligation offer. So if you order all the products and then a couple months later decide, oh, I don't know if this is really for me, you can stop being a demonstrator, and then you get to keep all of that product that you got a huge discount on. So it's a really great deal. I'd love to talk to you more about it. If you're kind of on the fence and have any questions, reach out to me and I'd love to talk to you, okay? All right. And then the next thing is I've recently teamed up with a bunch of other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, very talented demonstrators in the US. And we have come together as the Papercraft Collective is the group that we're called. And each month we're going to be bringing you new content featuring a different bundle. This month we have the Cheers and Sips bundle, and we have 7 projects to share with you. A lot of them are fun folds. There's a couple that are just flat cards, but many of them are fun folds. This is a video tutorial bundle, so you will get videos for each of these projects, as well as a supply list and measurements for the supplies that you need. There's two ways you can get this bundle. If you look in the description below in this video, I have a link that goes right to my PDF store for this bundle. You can purchase it for $20 and it'll get sent right to your inbox. Or if you want to spend $20 in my Stampin' Up! Online store, I will send this to you for free. So each month, like I said, we're going to have a different bundle. So in June 1st, we will have a totally different bundle that I'll announce and send out to my email list subscribers. So the last day to earn this for free is May 31st. And then after that, you'll be able to purchase it in my PDF store, okay? And, oh, I wanted to share the card that I made so you can see it up close and personal here. So this is the card that I made for the tutorial. It's called a trifold twist, and you open it up and it opens like that. So pretty fun. So it twists open like that, flat. And you can open it that way, but it's got little score lines there. So that is the tutorial, the card tutorial that I made for the tutorial bundle. Okay. All right, and then I have a retreat coming up this summer called the Summer Fun Craft Retreat. If you're able to join us in person, I would love for you to join us. We are going to have a 3-day weekend up at Luther Springs near Gainesville, Florida. I also have a 1-day retreat option on that Saturday if you don't want to do the whole weekend and just are only able to get out for the day maybe. I have that as well, and the options and the information are in the registration link. Now, when you click on the registration link, all of the information is in there, all the detailed information. And then when you register, you're just selecting what you want to participate in. So if you want to just do the retreat or if you want to do add-ons, you can select all that stuff. And then after you register, you'll send your payment separately. So you'll either send me cash or a check or pay through PayPal with friends and family only though, so that I don't incur any fees, because if I get those fees, it really hinders my gifting ability. So you send it friends and family through that PayPal link. And then once I get your payment, I send you a confirmation email and tell you what to expect next. So we will be using for the retreat, we're actually going to be using this Notes and Totes bundle to make our main project. So that will be included with the retreat. You'll make projects with that. And then the add-on is, there's 2 add-on classes. So you can get an add-on class with the Coneflower Celebrations. And then the other add-on class is with the Sweet Jar bundle. Okay, so, and these bundles are not included. You will need to have them. So you can either add them to your retreat and save on tax and shipping, or you can order them in my Stampin' Up! Online store separately. So, all right, but all that information, if you look in the description below, I have a link for my Summer Fun Craft Retreat. It's listed under current events in the description below this video. June 8th is the last day to register, and I do have a to-go option available as well. If you get the to-go option, you'll have videos for each of the projects so that you can easily put them together at home when you're ready, okay? And then if you would like to join, I have a Facebook group just for my retreats. So it's called Sunkissed Stampin' Retreats with Jen. And here's the group link right here. You just go there and request to join. And I put updates for my retreats in this Facebook group. So that's a good place to be if you want to get that information. All right, and then just a friendly reminder that I do offer a monthly stamp camp to go. These are card kits that I offer each month. I usually feature a different bundle or suite, and it includes 4 cards. You get 2 kits for each card, so a total of 8 card kits. You get half a pack of paper cut down to 6x6, and usually ribbon and embellishments that coordinate with it. You get PDF tutorials with the measurements and supply lists, and then sometimes they do a video or I just have the written instructions. It just depends on how complicated the cards are. They're usually fairly simple and fairly easy to put together. And then you can also add the bundle on to save on tax and shipping for those as well. I usually announce these about a week before the end of the month. And then I send out the information to my email subscribers. But if you subscribe monthly, you save 10%. And after 6 months, 6 consecutive months of becoming or of being a subscriber, you get a $25 Stampin' Reward sent to you automatically. So if you would like to sign up, you just go on my link and or on my website, and you'll find the information for there. But it's also in the description below, I believe. Let me just double check. Oh, I don't have it in the description, I don't think, but it is on my website. You can look it up at stampcampwithjen.com. Hi, Diana. Thanks for joining us. And last but not least, I do have Stampin' Blends available for purchase in my PDF store. It is a $5 purchase, but it's a one-time purchase. So once you purchase it once, whenever I make future blends labels, they just get emailed out to you automatically. All you'll do is after you purchase this, you just print this on a piece of basic white cardstock. You cut along the dotted lines, and then you take a little 3/8 of an inch circle punch, and you punch these out, add a glue dot, and put it at the end of your markers. And the instructions on how to put them together, are on the paper as well. I do charge for this because I did spend hours putting this together and almost went cross-eyed doing it. So that's why I charge for it, because it is a labor of love, but you will really enjoy it, trust me. So I have the natural tones markers down here, the 24 to 26 in colors, the retired 23 to 25, and then the new 25 to 27 in colors as well. Okay, so that's all on here. Okay, so if you'd like to purchase that, there is a link in the description below this video for that as well. All right, so on to today's project. This is so stinking cute, if I do say so myself. So this is what I'm making for my son's teachers. It's got a little bag of saltwater taffy, because what is more summer than saltwater taffy? And I haven't had saltwater taffy in forever, and I found these at Hobby Lobby of all places. But I also found them on Amazon. So there is a link in the description for the saltwater taffy. It's my Amazon affiliate link, but if you need to find these, you can find them on Amazon through that link. Now, I got these, like I said, at Hobby Lobby. They are the saltwater taffy from Taffy Town, and I paid $1.99 for a 4.5 ounce bag, which will probably fill 2 of these little bags. So I'll probably need to buy like 1 or 2 more of these bags, but that's okay. And they come in all these different flavors. I've been eating the watermelon ones. They're so good. I'm trying not to eat a ton of them, but they're really good. Like I said, I haven't had saltwater taffy in forever, and it just really hit the spot when I tried them out the other day. So I have a little printable on the back here, you'll see. So this is the one I'm using, but I have a generic one I'll show you here in just a second. So for my son's teachers, it says, "To our 8th grade teachers, a tiny thank you. You've tamed the teens, you've done your best, survived the sass and every test. You taught, you graded, wiped a tear, and made it through another year. So drop the red pen, grab a float, no lesson plans, no student quotes. You've earned this break, go take a nap and give yourself a big old clap. Thank you and happy summer." Isn't that so cute? And then in the little tote, I put some money, and I have this little die cut where I stamped the "So Grateful, a True Story," and I wrote, "Thank you, have a great summer," and signed our names. So I just thought that would be such a cute little gift for the teachers. So the generic poem that I have on my blog that you'll be able to print out is this one. And I can't take credit for the poem now, guys. I used ChatGPT for this. But it was so stinking cute. I had so much fun using it. So, okay, so this is the teacher poem. It says, to our wonderful teacher, a tiny thank you. You led with heart, you shown your might, taught minds by day and graded night. You juggled lessons, laughs, and tears, and made it through another year. Now drop the red pen, grab a float. No lesson plans, no student quotes. You earn this break. Go take a clap and give yourself a big ol' or go take a nap and give yourself a big old clap. Thank you and happy summer. So that's the generic one that I made for you guys. What you'll do with this is you'll print it out on a piece of basic white. Oh, you guys love the palms. Thanks. Hi, Evelyn from Germany. Thanks for joining us. So what you'll do once you print this out is just line it up to 4 1/4 and then cut it in half. And then you're going to take the nested essentials dies, and you're going to use the largest of these rectangle dies, and you're just going to line this up, and it fits perfectly right inside that little rectangle there. So you'll just put it in there, run it through your embossing machine, and cut them all out. So there's 6 on a sheet. If you need more, you can print out more. I already have the 8th grade ones all die cut out. That's what I'm going to use for my project, but I just wanted to share that I do have the generic poem in here, so you can cut it out and die cut it, or print it out and die cut it, excuse me. Now, a gift card will fit in here if you don't want to put cash, but I didn't like the way the gift card kind of sticks out. I guess it's not too bad. You could put a little gift card in there like that. But I liked how the money just kind of peeks out there. It doesn't really stick out as much, but I guess a gift card's not that bad too. You could use that either way, but the gift card fits in there perfectly as well. But if you're trying to kind of angle it, it sticks out a lot. You'd have to put it like right in the middle, and then it blocks. Let's see. If we stuck it in the middle, yeah, I guess that doesn't look bad either. You can stick the gift card in the middle and then put your little note in the front. So either way, however you want to do it. I personally am going to put cash in there because you just never know what people like. So I just feel like cash it's going to get used a lot easier than just giving people gift cards. So, all right. Evelyn said, great poems. I think I can use them for some English colleagues to wish them a happy summer. Oh, that's a good idea. English teaching colleagues. Yeah, that is a good idea, Evelyn. All right, so the paper I'm using on this is the Ocean Friends paper, which is on the last chance products list. And I looked this morning, it is still available, or Friends of the Ocean. Friends of the Ocean. So this is still available. I ordered a couple more packs of it yesterday, and it is still available. I looked right before I got on here, but this is what we're using for the background, a little starfish, but it's got these bright, bold colors for summer that are perfect for this project. So that's what we're using. And I also am using this Soft Waves 3D embossing folder for this little background. I just wanted to give it a little something in the back so it's not just plain. So let me show you. So the PDF has the picture. It also has where you can go for the blog post, and I put that poem printable right in there, as well as the little box template and how to cut everything, which is this little section right here, this little box piece, okay? So you'll be able to use that as a reference if you need that as well. And then the supplies are at the bottom. All right, so let's start putting this baby together. So let's do the box first. I've got my Lemon Lime Twist, which is another great bright color for summer. Oh, you're welcome, Evelyn, for the PDF. And the PDF's in the description right now, so you can print it out and save it for later, whatever you want to do. Looking at my PDF, 5x9, okay? So with the long side at the top, we're going to cut it 9 inches. And then rotate 90 degrees and cut at 5 inches. Okay. And then we need to, with the 5-inch side at the top, we're going to score at 1 and 2.5 inches. So 1 inch. That light gray scoring blade, I just push a couple times back and forth to get a nice deep imprint, and then 2.5. Really push down, and then I open that arm back up again. And we need to score with the long side, the 9-inch side at the top. We need to score at 1, 2.5, 6.5, which is right down here past that little seam where the arm pops out, 6.5, and 8. Okay. So that's what it should look like. I'll show you here. I'm gonna fold the score lines and burnish with my bone folder. I'll make it easier to see everything here. So I'm gonna fold this, use our bone folder. Fold there. Fold here. All right, so that is what it'll look like, okay, before we start cutting. I'm gonna get my paper snips here, and I need to cut. So these two, we're gonna cut up until we get to that last score line here. So we're gonna cut up, straight up, past the first score line, up to the second score line. And do that on this side and on this side. Okay. I love treat boxes. I haven't made one in a little while. I couldn't wait to sit down and make this one. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. We went up to that second score line, okay? So now on this side, this second score line, we're gonna cut in from the side and cut both of those little squares out. And then this piece, we're gonna cut the first score line, like that, okay? And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So cut this piece on that first score line. And then the second one, we're gonna cut on there. So this is what it looks like when you've got all those pieces, and these pieces go up like that, okay? All right. So now I'm going to take these little tabs and flip them up and put adhesive. I'm just gonna use Stampin' Seal Plus. Put a little Stampin' Seal Plus on that side there for both of them. Okay. And then we are going to flip this up and adhere it to the inside of this panel. So I'm just going to line this edge up with the edge of that corner there. Just like that. Push that in. And same thing, we're going to line this up on the inside. Just like that. Okay. Now this piece is going to end up going... I think we're gonna put this on, well, if I could put it on the inside. My tab's a little big. I should have cut this tab. I need to cut this down just a smidge. Shoot. Well, that, I don't know why that's like that. I'm gonna cut it down just a little bit. It normally isn't a problem, but I guess this one's just a little bit too long. I'm gonna cut this down just a little bit. There, that should be good. All right, sometimes that happens. There we go, that should line up perfectly now. There we go. All right, so now this is gonna go, oh my gosh. Come on, box. There we go. So this is gonna line up like this. And if you can put it on the outside or the inside. I think it looks a little better if you put it on the inside like that. So we're going to take a little bit of tear and tape and put it right there. There we go. So I'm going to take just a little bit of tear and tape and put it on the box right here. Or actually, we'll put it like right here so you can see where it needs to go. Just go as far up as that bottom panel allows. I'll put 2 pieces on there. It's a little fussy, but not too bad. There you go. So now we just push that down and take our little take your pick tool and remove that backing. Do you guys like to make treat boxes? I know it's not everybody's thing. Some people just like doing cards. I used to make treat boxes in my classes, but then I had a couple people say, oh, we'd rather just make cards, which I totally understand. Not everybody has a use for them, and then they just pile up. So now I just make cards in my in-person classes, but I love to make these make a little video for them every once in a while if I can. So I thought end of year school projects would be perfect to make a little treat box for teachers. Oops. Come on, backing. There we go. And if you have a little tear and tape that's hanging off, all you gotta do is just fold it back on itself so it doesn't hang out there. Now, my son, he got his yearbook. We don't always order him a yearbook, but we figured, well, he's going to be, leaving middle school, so it might be nice. We got him a yearbook, and we did a little ad for him where you can put pictures and put a little message in there and stuff. And we always call him Baby Ethan. So I put that in the ad, and he said all of his friends, once they saw the baby Ethan, they were teasing him and giving him a hard time. And he had his last, he does like a bowling league, and they had their end of year awards thing this last weekend. And one of the kids that's also in middle school said, hi, baby Ethan. So that was pretty funny. Oh, Anne says she loves 3D projects. Evelyn likes them. My mom loves them. I know that's one of my mom's favorite things to make is 3D projects. So that's the little box. Now to put the backing on here, I die cut a bunch of these pieces ahead of time so you don't have to watch me do it. So this is 4 by 5 1/4, and we're going to actually attach this on the back like that. So we're going to take this little back side here, and we're going to add some more tear and tape. That's the easiest way to do it, I think. Let's just add a bunch of tear and tape on here. Started with cards. Evelyn says she started with cards, now likes making boxes, pages, and albums. Yes. It's fun to make all that stuff, I feel like. So there's more tear and tape. I have a lady that comes to my classes, and she only uses tear and tape when she puts her cards together. That's like her favorite thing, and it always makes me laugh because she's like, I just love it so much. It does work really well. I do like it too. It gives you a nice strong hold for sure. So I'm going to put my hand under here and try to use my bone folder to really press this tear and tape on here. It'll make it easier to get that backing off. There. So now we're going to take all the little backings off. I like to use my spatula, my take your pick tool, to kind of dig under there. It makes it easier. But yeah, I told my son, I'll be calling him Baby Ethan until I die. He'll be 50 years old, and I'll be like, Baby Ethan, where are you? I always try to say, I try to use the Baby Ethan nickname as much as I can, and he loves it secretly. I know he does. All right, so we're going to take this panel, and we just want to line this up along the bottom and the sides there, and it should lay pretty flush. Shouldn't really stick out too much. So if you just use that bottom edge to line it up, it should go on there pretty well, just like that. And then we can take our bone folder and press on the inside here and make sure that tear and tape is pressed on there nice and tight. So it lines up like perfectly. If you just line all those edges up before you put that on, it fits really nicely. So now we have all this ugliness on the inside, which people probably won't look at, but I don't want it to show because it's going to drive me crazy. So I've got that, the starfish design, and then we've got some summer splash, which is another one of my favorites. And we're going to put this on. I love layers. It adds a little, just a little polished look, I feel like, when you have that extra layer of color kind of peeking behind your paper. So we're just going to layer this on first. I have a really small border all the way around. And again, the measurements for these are in the tutorial. And then we're going to put, again, I'm using Stampin' Seal Plus. You could use liquid glue. It won't be a problem. I just like Stampin' Seal Plus because it's really strong and it's not as messy as liquid glue. So now for this, you're going to put this on the inside and kind of cover up all those seams. And you want it to just have a little bit of a border on this top and the sides there. So you try to center that as best you can. And it should go pretty well. It's hard to see. There we go. Right there. There we go. So you just have that little bit of a border all the way through. And again, we can use our bone folder to really press everything down. And now you can't see all those ugly seams on the inside. So it kind of gives it more of a polished look there. Now I have another piece of Summer Splash, and I've already embossed it with that Soft Waves 3D embossing folder. Now to emboss it so that the waves look like they're going from side to side, I put the paper in sideways like this. Because if you put it in straight up and down like this, the waves are going to look like they're going up and down. So I wanted them to go left to right. So I put it in the folder like this to emboss it sideways, okay? So this, I'm going to take some liquid glue. Anytime I add an embossed piece, I usually like to use liquid glue because you have all those raised crevices. You really want it to stick down really well. Liquid glue is going to get in all those little crevices and all those nooks and crannies. And then this is just going to go right up front here. And it also gives you a little bit of time to wiggle everything in place and make sure it's where you want it to be. Just hold it with one hand and use your other hand to kind of press that glue into those little nooks and crannies in the embossed piece there like that. Isn't that cute? It's coming together, guys. I was so sad that they retired this Friends of the Ocean DSP. I was really hoping they would keep it around. I wish they would have waited at least until summer was over to retire it, because I think people are really going to want it for summer projects and may not realize that they want it. All right, so I've got a bunch of pieces that I've embossed already, or that I've die cut already, and I'm going to show you what they are here in just a second. So this is, like I said, I already have that little die cut that I used for my poem. So I'm going to go ahead and just take Stampin' Seal Plus and put that on. And I'm just going to center that right in the back here. Lori says, my sister still squeezes my face and says, oh, my baby sister, I'm 62. Well, that's good to hear, Lori. All right, so this piece is from that Friends of the Ocean. You see it's got little like sea creatures on the back. So what I did for this, I actually had a scrap piece left over, this little strip here. And you can do it either way. You can see I die cut it this way, and then for another one, I die cut it upside down. It's not really directional, so it doesn't matter. Just use the paper the best you can to get it cut out. But I used the Notes and Totes, and I just die cut this is the big tote here, okay? And we only need one. We're not going to make a whole tote. We're just going to use half of a tote. So you only need one for this, okay? And then this little piece here is what we use. This actually cuts out these 3 pieces here. So this is the bag bottom, and these are the little straps that go on the sides here for the little seam. And then I cut out this piece for the handle, and I already die cut that out. Okay, so we can put the bag together. Okay, here. And then, so let's do that. So when it cuts out, it has these little score marks you can kind of see here. So we're just going to fold those gently, and I'll burnish them with my bone folder in here in just a second. So we're going to fold those. So you have 2 little score lines on each side, and then this little piece. Now this, we don't need. We're going to trim that off. We don't need it for our project here. Actually kind of gets in the way. So I'm just going to snip that little piece right off there. And we just want that tab at the bottom. Okay, so now we're going to take our bone folder and burnish all those score lines. Oh, thanks, Diana. I'm actually going to get my nails taken off and start doing my own nails again. I've had fake nails on for so long. I feel like they need to breathe. So I'm getting them taken off this weekend, and I'm going to start trying to paint my own nails and kind of let them recover a little bit. I've been doing it for a couple years now. They need a little break. All right, so now I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see this a little bit better. So we are going to take these little pieces and we're going to glue them. We're going to butt them up right against that seam, that score line right there, and we're going to glue them right there, okay? So just a little bit of liquid glue. My glue. I have like 6 bottles of glue that are almost out, but I refuse to get rid of them because I know I can get just a little bit more. So we're going to put that down right next to that score line. Just kind of hold it in place for a second until it starts to dry. And then we'll do the same with the next one. And then same thing, we're going to butt it up right next to that crease, that score line right there. We don't want to cover it. We just want to put it right next to it. Oh, thanks so much, Jan. All right, and then we're going to fold this little tab under, and we're going to glue the bottom of the bag over the top there, just like that. So some more liquid glue. You definitely want to use liquid glue for these little pieces to give yourself some time to wiggle it in place. So just like that. There we go. So those are the basics there. And then we'll put our little handle on there in a second. But first, I'm going to glue this on. Whoops, once my bag is done drying, we'll glue this on. We'll let that dry for a second while I show you how to make the sunglasses. So I don't know if you can tell, but the sunglasses are shiny. So I have a little trick for that. So these sunglasses here, I'll zoom out for a second so you can see what I'm doing. So these little sunglasses, so there's a die in the Notes and Totes. It comes, this is one die, okay? So I already die cut the base using the pink color, okay? So I cut this piece out with the Melon Mambo. Now what we're gonna do to make them shiny is we're gonna take a piece of basic black and packing tape. We're gonna take a piece of packing tape and put that on our basic black. And that's how you get that shiny look for our sunglasses. And now we're gonna die cut these out where the little openings are. And that's how we'll get the pieces to put on that look real shiny and make it look like real sunglasses. So I'm gonna grab, oops. I've got my mini Stampin' Cut emboss machine here. Oops. And we're gonna take that. And put it here. And put it this way. Just needs to be over wherever the tape is. And we're gonna die cut that out. And now you'll see you've got, it cuts out the frames too, but we only need the insides. So you could save that for another project if you wanted to, but we're gonna take the insides that are all shiny and we're gonna grab our sunglasses here. And actually, I think I'll just do, well, no, I'll do it on the back of the hearts. Just take a little bit of liquid glue here. Whew. This is another reason I'm getting these nails taken off. It's hard to grab little things with them. All right, so we're just gonna center that over our sunglasses, press down. And that's how, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see a little bit better. But that's how we get our little sunglasses, all shiny packing tape. Can you believe it? I remember when they had the penguin punch a couple years ago at Christmas time, I saw another demonstrator use that tip for the penguins, and she used the penguin punch to actually make like a sunglass punch out and put packing tape on black to make it all shiny. And I thought, how cool is that? Yeah, and like my mom said, you don't have to wait for glue to dry. You just put the packing tape on, it's ready to go. So that's the tip to get shiny sunglasses is packing tape. Put packing tape on your paper before you die cut it. Okay, so now we'll let that one dry, and now our tote should be pretty much dry. So now what we want to do for our tote is we want to put glue on this little tab and these little side tabs, okay? So just a little bit of liquid glue on all those. Okay. And we're going to put that tab up first. And you want to line that tote up so it's towards the bottom. And then we're going to flip this little tab in as well. It's kind of a magic trick trying to do all this together at the same time. So push this in. There we go. All the way. There we go. And then it should all lay somewhat flat once you get it tucked in there. There we go. Just like that. So you just want to sit there for a second, kind of let it all stick down. That tip is great for anything that's glass. That's right, Lori. You are right. There we go. So now we have our tote, and it's got a little bit of an opening there. We don't want it poking out too much, but we just want it on there just a little bit. And now our handles, we're just going to take a little bit of liquid glue on this bottom section right here. And we're going to line these up on our tote so that they kind of, the edge of the tote kind of lines up in the middle here of our handle. And then my fingers are all sticky from the glue. So just press that down like that. Okay. And then for our sunglasses, we're actually going to grab some mini dimensionals. They're the perfect size for these sunglasses. And we're going to take one mini dimensional and put it on the back of each of lens of our sunglasses here. Peel those off. And then we're going to pop this so it is right here next to that handle. So we're just going to pop that up right towards the top there. Just like that. Isn't that cute? Okay. Now the last thing we need to do, we need to put our little, well, two more things. We need to put our little message in here. So I've got that little die cut from the Notes and Totes. And this is this little die cut right here. So there's a little piece right here. And this actually doesn't die cut a square. It just makes that little impression. So like a Polaroid is what you could use this for. But I'm going to put a message up here and then write a little message up top. So I'm using the, from the Notes and Totes stamp set, this So Grateful, So Grateful, a True Story is what we're using. And I'm going to grab my Summer Splash ink. Now, if you haven't been over on my Facebook page or my Instagram page, I did share some little gift tags that I made recently with this bundle too, if you want some more inspiration for this. And so where that little solid section is, we're going to have that towards the top and stamp So Grateful, a True Story. Oops. Mine wasn't inked up enough, but that's okay. It's pretty close. Close enough. And then I'll write a little message in there and we'll type that and we'll just stick that right in the side and I'll put my money. Now for the candy bag, I used the clear medium envelopes. I'm just going to take one of those out here and we're going to grab our paper trimmer and we're going to snip off this little adhesive flap off of the side. So just to where the straight end is there. Like you see how it kind of angles up. You can kind of see it angles up on the sides here where that straight part starts, where the corner is. We're just going to line that up on the paper trimmer as best we can and cut that piece off. So we have our little adhesive part that's getting thrown out. And then now I have the envelope opening, and it's hard to see here. Let's see if I have a piece of paper or something. So you can kind of see there's a little bit excess on the back. You can cut it so it lines up evenly or not. It doesn't matter because it's all going to get crinkled together. So if you want to make it straight, that's fine too. I'm going to take my taffy and stick it in here. Like I said, about half of this 4.5 ounce bag should fit in here. I might need to get a few more from another bag. Doesn't help that I keep sampling it. I haven't had saltwater taffy in so long. It's so good. Let's see here. Oh, that should be good. That's about how many pieces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 or 8 pieces you can stick in there. And then we'll just bunch it up at the top. And then I'm using, what's this one? The glittered organdy ribbon to tie around here. And I'm about to run out of this too. But I love the sparkle for our little summer project here. And we're gonna tie a ribbon around it. And try to cinch that bag closed. What just happened? I thought I had a knot going, but I guess not. All right, so cinch that down. And then tie your bow. Ooh, and that's really long, but come on. Not that long. There we go. And if you have other colors that match with this paper, you can use that too. I just had a bunch of this and I like the sparkle and I thought it would be really nice for a little gift for somebody to have that sparkle in there. There we go. And we'll just tie that little bow there and cut our tails. That should be good. There we go. And that's our little bag. And I'll put that right in there. It's so cute. That's our little project. Like I said, you can stick money, a gift card holder, whatever you want in there. How cute is that? What do you guys think? Give me a little thumbs up or a heart. If you like it, let me know. I love hearing from you. All right, let's flip this camera around. All right, guys. Well, that is my little treat box for this week. I hope you really enjoyed it. Like I said, if you haven't signed up for my email list, please go to stampcampwithjen.com and sign up. You'll get lots of updates like reminders when I go live, project tutorials we sent straight to your inbox, and I send out lots of other cool like shopping specials and things like that as well. So don't forget to share this video with your friends, and let me know if you have any questions about anything. I hope you really enjoyed today's. Oh, you're going to sign up for the retreat, and that would be awesome. I would love for you guys to join me either in person or for the retreat to go. It's going to be lots of fun. I have lots of cool things planned. So share those with your friends as well and invite them to join us. It's going to be lots of fun. Okay. All right. Well, like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Don't forget to share this with your friends, and I hope to see you guys again next week. On Monday, I will be live, even though it is Memorial Day here in the US. I will still have a fun project for you guys. Okay. All right. Well, have a great week, and I'll see you next Monday. Be safe and happy stamping. Bye-bye.